Hello there, I am Papa01 and this is AOS Virtual Pro Wrestling 2 pay-per-view number 7, and we're continuing on with part 2 of the Fight for Gold Championship Challenge for the Absolute Championship. So Mark Kerr was able to win the first match, and yeah, I said I was going to do the next one way sooner than this. It's already 8 o'clock at night. So let's just get started wherever like that. And yeah, probably only had like 4 hours of sleep or something like that, or less than that. So excuse me if I accidentally doze off while recording this. Probably had 4 hours or less of sleep at the moment. Probably should just go right back to bed, but since I don't feel like it, I'm gonna try at least get part 2 done. So I was able to, if you watched the last of the previous video, I tried to do that what's the name, but the little 3-man league with the freaking, you know, PKO character, but like, I mean not the PKO character, but the DD4 Blaze, the former absolute champ. Well, he's still the absolute champ, but if he loses again, he's gonna be the former champ. And like, I accidentally didn't make one of them during the match until the new AI stuff, but I'm gonna show you what it is. So I changed a couple of moves and stuff like that, try to prove on the character. So this is changed along with a couple of moves. It wasn't too much, you know. I took some stuff off. So like, he now has this. He'll go for that now. You know, not too much of anything. He has this instead of the snapmare, and he still got the running bulldog, but now it's his back grapple. The bulldog, the running bulldog, is his back grapple. And then that's also for all that. And then on here, he got different submissions. So he goes for this, and now he goes for, wait, that's still the same. That's still the same. But he goes for this now. Yeah. Instead of going for the roll up, he goes for the rolling rear naked choke. Yeah. And what else? That's probably about it. Oh yeah, he goes for this single busted crab, single leg busted crab and stuff like that. So kind of changed up the character and stuff like that, you know. Not like, just a little bit, to try to like help the character out in this rematch that he's finna go into. So yeah. So I know these are the permanent AI settings, but if he loses his title in this next match, I'm probably not gonna keep the AI settings I got. So this is what they are now, and it was a little bit different beforehand. I'll show you the difference once the match is over with. I'm definitely not keeping what it used to be for him. And what I did was I had him go against one of the other versions, because like the original version, like there was no point in like really using that one, because that one got dominated against his original AI says got dominated against, you know, Mark Kerr twice now. In that exhibition match, and now in the actual title match. So we was gonna use that version. So the new 2 AI settings I had those 2 go against each other. But this one was able to easily dominate Yoshiaka Fujirama, who, by the way, freaking DD4 Blaze almost lost to in the title match for the pay-per-view 7. You know, that was his actual scheduled title defense versus the you know, the, what I was gonna say, versus the what? Oh yeah, versus the actual #1 contender. This is the Fight for Gold champion he's facing right now. So I think it's number 5. Yep, number 5. So let's see if DD4 Blaze can tie this up. Yeah, so it was nothing to do with any. Oh wait, damn. So again, PW rules. Difficulty on that. I forgot I was testing out the character, or I saved you know, the stuff for slot 9. So that's why I had to do that stuff with the rules and stuff like that, because it's differently saved on that. So here are them in English. I guess this time around we can explain them right quick. So we have this. No time limit. Pinfall is turned on. TKO is turned off. Quick match is turned off. Time decision is turned off because there's no time limit. And this is the, do you want them to win the title by count out? Which doesn't really make no sense for this anyway, because I don't use count out. I'll use 10 count or 20 count ever. And this is interference that's turned off. Blood is turned on. Rope break is turned off. Give up is turned on. And false count anywhere. And, you know, make sure it's on the hardest difficulty right quick. It is, and we can get started. Yeah, man, so D4 Blaze, man, he's gonna have to win this rematch. He'll no longer be champion. And the worst thing about this is that he'll be out of the division, and he'll be part of the Fight for Gold Championship. That's the only thing that's okay though. He'll be in the Fight for Gold Championship, so he has a chance of possibly trying to recapture the belt should he use this match, the second match, or the third match. And the worst thing about it is I'm nervous about it, because even though he was able to dominate freaking Fujirama, because you know in the title match he barely won the title because Fujirama just had bad moves for his character and stuff like that. So that's why he was able to get the finish once he had his submission. He was able to get the finisher. Even though he went for the reverse armbar, it was going to give him a finish because it was still too early and stuff like that. And that's not a powerful submission finisher and stuff like that. It's one that can eventually win you the match, but it's going to win him the match no time soon. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, I'm nervous because I stopped doing that crap where you just, you know, because I think I used to do that back at, what was that, when I first started doing AOS vs. 2. I'll just let my character face off with whoever beat them and make sure they can beat them before I do the rematches and stuff like that, you know? And like, that was kind of like dumb to do and like, good. But it wasn't like it really did anything, because like, you know, it wasn't like my characters won. You know, they would still lose in the rematch and the title matches. So I just instead of trying to make them perfect, you know, defeat just one person, help them defeat anybody. But I will try to prove them and see about what I need to do to make them defeat them once they no longer have to face off with them at that particular show or pay-per-view. You know, once they no longer, once you gotta win a match to get back to facing that opponent, then it don't matter if I make them face off with each other. That's what I try to do with the normal contenders match and the title matches and stuff like that. Like, I'll have them face off with the champion before they go into the normal contenders match, but they'll have a feel for how to beat the champion, but they won't know if they're going to automatically defeat the, you know, the actual, you know, #1 contender, because it's two different characters you're facing off with, you know? So that's what I try to do with my characters. Other than that, you know, I can't really, as I explained time and time again, I can't really help out the game as far as like helping the game get better with the characters that's already on here. Those 98 characters, all that I can do is change up their appearance and stuff like that. You know, how tall they are, change their names, that sort of crap. You know, but I can't help them out as far as the AI settings or their moveset. So they're on their own on that. The game is literally on its own with that and stuff. And I kind of changed up like the way certain moves are is because like you see that jumping insecurity style like kick or whatever like that. He doesn't really. That's not set as his favorite strike because now I have him where like he likes to do mostly strikes and stuff like that. I just had that on there for let him like have a little more fluidity with his striking game and stuff like that. Because the way his AI settings used to be, it used to be grapple for readiness, and then it used to be mostly grapples or always grapples or something with mostly offense or mostly offense or whatever like that. But now it's on nothing for offense or defense. It's just balance. It's right there in the middle and stuff like that. And you know, sometimes striking, and for readiness is you know, grappling and stuff like that. That's just so he'll have more freedom with using his strikes and stuff like that. I thought that would be better for that. Yeah. And look, it looked like it worked. Look at this. Looked like it worked. Oh, I ain't have nothing to worry about. Looks like it. Is it over already? Mark Kerr ain't got like that rear naked choke. One, nope. I believe Mark Kerr is gonna be able to build meter quickly now since this happened. You know. Well, not that easy. Not building it that easy. I haven't seen him do a submission or grapple hold, so I can't really tell how easy he's gonna be able to build meter. And like I said before, that right there was, you know, the standing moonsault when he was on his hands and knees. That was from, I gave him that move from basically off of AJ Styles' match with Brock Lesnar. He did a Pele kick while Brock Lesnar was trying to get up. And like Brock Lesnar was in that prone position. He was on his hands and knees. He was finna ready to get up, and AJ Styles was trying to get up at the same time. And he looked behind him and saw him get ready to get back to his feet. You know, if you're facing Brock Lesnar, you want to keep his ass laid out for as long as possible. So he just did a Pele kick, and I thought it was pretty cool. So like that's why I gave that to the DD4 Blaze character. And it also does KO damage. Yeah. And like, I should have recorded that move or whatever like that, you know, because that was a cool moment in that match. I don't know if anybody has that for like AJ Styles go-to move, because I think that was like he probably has done that before, but that was like the first time I see him do that, you know. And that's a good thing to do against, you know, guys who are 3 or 4 times your size and stuff like that. That's what Brock Lesnar is. He's like 2 or 3 times AJ Styles size and shit like that. Like, to me, I thought that was a good move to go for, you know, against, you know, Brock Lesnar or whatever like that. Right? Because he can use that against any of the bigger guys and like keep them down and shit. You know, when they're trying to get back up, keep them down. Braun Strowman, you know, or the guys that are his size, you know. I seem like a little bit more of a devastating Pele kick, because the thing is, he's doing it while they're not standing up. Because like the Pele kick is a cool looking move, but like the thing is, I don't think it's as effective while somebody's standing up. You know, it doesn't, because like there's not really, it's just your leg hitting them. You're just doing a, you know, backflip, and your leg are happen to hit him, which is going to do a lot of damage. But you know, he usually does a handstand when they're standing and stuff like that into the Pele kick. But somebody's like starting to get up and stuff like that, it's more so like he's doing a moonsault with his, you know, a standing moonsault with his knees onto their body or something like that. But instead of landing with his knees on you, he's landing with his shin on your back or on the side of your head or something. think I did right by DD4 Blaze. Oh, that was good right there. Mark Kerr caught him right before he was finna try to jump in the air. Yeah, I thought the roll up was good, but I thought that would be better suited for him, the rear naked choke. Because when he's flat on the ground, on his stomach or whatever like that, he doesn't do the rear naked choke. He does the, the crossface. Or in case of Chris Benoit, I think Chris Benoit's was called the crippler crossface or something like that. But it's the crossface submission move or whatever like that. Yeah. Oh, that's why, I gave him that rolling rear naked choke from the prone position or facing the ground or whatever. And I believe this is over. Because that's going to be the second finisher, and he has done some good damage to him already. Also, when he's diving to the outside, I know I have the little 619 thing, which is a taunt where you fake dive out to the ring and stuff like that. I gave him that, and he been had that, but now that's his favorite, because sometimes when he's getting ready to dive out to the ring, the people get back to their feet, and I don't want him to be trying to dive out to the ring while somebody's trying to get the hell back up, so I have him do that instead, and that'll help with, not missing the dive to the outside and shit, I may do the same thing for Chaos or whatever like that, improve that for Chaos. But congrats to, DD4 Blaze. He won the rematch. I was able to help him out and get him to secure the win for this rematch. Yeah. Yeah, all you gotta do is just find the moves that are you gotta put the in. Yeah, I don't know what none of these, Japanese caricatures mean or any of that shit, or whatever language is supposed to be for Japanese and stuff like that, but I just like losing the ones that look like certain letters and stuff like that for people, if I can make their names, so they all won't just be plain English letters and stuff like that. You could use ones that look like something else. That's what I like to do. Yeah, today is the 25th. I keep on forget what day it is on here. Alright, so we're pretty much done with that, There's nothing else to do. We're gonna head into the third and final match, and then I can start doing what I've been needed to do, and you know what that is. Start doing a fifth spot chance qualifiers and stuff like that. So at the moment, I haven't got anything written down for it. Wait a minute. Oh yeah, I did manage to get done with everything. No, I don't think I did, because I had to go to the store, so I think I left off right here in the middle part of this. So I don't think I finished my workout. This probably shouldn't be saying 50. Should probably say 25, because I think I only did 25, and I gotta put this back on. No, that's supposed to stay 50. This is supposed to say 0 until I actually get started with it. I was planning on doing all that before I went to bed, but I was doing these, trying to improve that character, and then once I got satisfied with the character to a certain degree, I just stopped doing that, and I was reading a book on fan fiction. I ended up putting on audiobook, and then I laid down, and then I just fell a damn sleep while listening to the audiobook. The audiobook I was listening to in particular is one about fan fiction. Like, I just put the stories or books or whatever you want to call them on audiobook, and it was a death battle one. So basically, let me show you. Basically, there's categories for everything. You got video games, movies, TV shows, plays, books, comics, anime slash manga, all everything, you know. Pro wrestling. I try to find stuff for like MMA and stuff like that, but not actual like use like actual MMA fighters for like the stories or battles, but like use like made up ones and have them like fight and stuff like that. Because there's not a lot of that I can find on here. It's more so with the wrestling and stuff like that. But I haven't like watching the stuff with the actual pro wrestlers. What I watch is like the crossover stuff with the gaming, and like you got the video game characters or cartoons or anime and stuff like that, and you give them pro wrestling, you know, rules and stuff like that. Like you will see with crafts where people be doing that stuff on YouTube and stuff like that. But instead it's, you know, and they like, you know, it's basically like if you ever been on cage side, if you ever looked up stuff for cage side seats, or what's the other one called? God damn it, I forget the third one. There's 3 different ones, I think. Oh, the Bleacher Report. I believe it's called the Bleacher Report. But I can get the actual name right now because that should be on here. So yeah, again, congrats to freaking D for Blaze, man, because like he lost that first match very convincingly, and the thing is, I should have been trying to figure out something for DD4 Blaze, but I was like, you know what, I'm not going to try to interfere too much because, like, you know, I was trying to figure out who he should go against, and, like, you know, I ain't want, you know, if Mark Kerr, if that's the champion had the best advantage versus, I wasn't going to, like, try to prove my character to make sure he didn't lose to Mark Kerr. I'll just, you know, did what I did with, you know, making sure he can at least have a chance in the rematch. So yeah, here we go right here. So yeah, the Bleacher Report. Yeah, because I tried to look for cage side seats and I couldn't find that. So basically what this is how the website looks. I'm not sure if they updated it because I think I did this like sometime last year or something like that. But basically it's like basically telling you the highlights of what happened in every match. I also do it for like UFC and One Championship sometimes. But I really want to use this for New Japan because, you know, they put the highlights down for every UFC show and stuff like that. Not the highlights down, I should say, but they have like MMA Digest. He'll put a video telling you the results of how somebody won and this, that, and the other for UFC, and also you'll have the, you know, the people from the main roster or the fights that they deem the most important. They'll have the, you know, what's it called? They'll have the UFC, you know, the post fight interviews in the octagon, like they do with boxing and everything else. You know, that's what they have. One Championship, but I'm not sure if they do that. They probably do theirs a different way or something like that. But I can sometimes I can find the fights for One Championship, and unlike the UFC, they don't make their shit private. Like, you know, in the lead up to a new the next pay-per-view or UFC show, you know, they'll bring up the fighters' old fights and stuff like that, or the previous performance, maybe the last fight or a couple fights beforehand and stuff like that. And then they'll freaking, you know, make it private once the two people fight again. Once the person fights their new fight or whatever like that. Which is fucking beats the point of uploading the video onto YouTube. But I don't care. It is what it is for all that. But One Championship, anything they upload, they don't make private after uploading it. It stays up there to be watched as many times as you want. And another thing that I wish UFC and Bellator and everybody would do is what One Championship does with their end of the year. At the end of the year, they'll show their top 10 matches for MMA, for the Muay Thai, because they do Muay Thai and MMA over there, and then they'll show their top 5 performances, their top 10 knockouts that happen for everyone, the top 10 top 5, I believe, debuts, because, you know, new people are always debuting, you know, in every promotion and stuff like that. And breakout performance, I think they'll do like one for that, only one of those for that. and like they'll put the highlights for that year for the fighter of the year. And sometimes they just put their greatest highlights for certain fighters, and they upload that type of stuff all the time. You'll see does that occasionally, but not as often. But yeah, that's what goes on with that stuff. But yeah, I really use that for like New Japan and stuff like that, but I haven't been using it recently. I don't know why. I just haven't been doing it because I can't find the highlights for what happens with New Japan on YouTube and stuff like that. I be trying to find highlights for stuff. And like they may show the highlights, but sometimes it be like somebody claiming that it's this when it's something from like, you know, the same show, but it was last year's show or it was last week's show, because New Japan, they do their shit weekly. And they do their stuff weekly with their tournaments and everything else. Like, they're always having leagues and tournaments happen over there and stuff like that. I like their league things and stuff like that. WWE got a little league going on. It's a little miniature league with 8 combatants, and like they got 4 on one side and 4 on the other side. And like you got the, you know, there's gonna be 4 matches over here, and there's gonna be 4 matches on the other side. They're doing that right now for the Cruiserweight Championship, and there's the what's it called, the interim Cruiserweight Championship, because I guess what's his name? What's it? He's the Scottish ace, Jordan Devlin. Yeah, that's his name. The Irish ace. My bad. I call him the Scottish ace. Yeah, the Irish ace, Jordan Devlin, because I believe he's probably stuck in Europe or something like that. So they got that going on, where they could be featuring the Cruiserweight Championship. And ever since they started using more with NXT, they've given those wrestlers a better chance of fucking having decent wrestling matches, because you know they put Cedric Alexander and who else? Buddy Murphy, he's on the main roster, and Akira Tozawa, and what's the fourth one? Drew Gulak. I think they probably, and they put the Lucha House part. Well, Lucha House part was always kind of both to begin with, but you know they haven't been really treating those guys correctly. Now they're starting to kind of treat them better with their matches and stuff like that. You know, Akira Tozawa is actually, you know, won his first match for that little league or tournament thing going on with the Cruiserweight Championship, but beforehand they had, you know, them just plain losing to anybody who was on the main roster, as they was using them as cannon fodder, or as they call in pro wrestling, jobbers, for no reason. You got people who actually wrestle, and you making them lose to certain people who should not be winning matches anyway. Like, the worst thing they had people job to was I forget, I don't know what the hell his is, something Moss or whatever like that. He was the 24/7 champion, and back-to-back weeks he beat Cedric Alexander and Ricochet in title matches for the 24/7 championship. I was like, what the fuck? And then all of a sudden this nigga faded from existence. I was like, why was the point of him winning the belt like that then? And then they got Gronkowski, or however the hell you pronounce his name, Gronk or whatever like that. He's now the 24/7 champion, and he's going back into the NFL. He's going to be playing for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers alongside Tom Brady, who's already, you know, just left the Patriots to go play in Tampa Bay. And like the thing is, like he said, he's still going to be the 24/7 champion. So I guess they're probably like getting rid of the 24/7 championship for the moment or something like that, because they can't do the little stupid shit that they like to do with that championship, where they have a ton of people running around the arena and stuff like that, because they can't really do that at the moment. What's something else I wanted to talk about right quick, then we can get out this video. Sorry I had to switch the phone back and forth. So, oh yeah, it's called the ESFL or whatever like that. I'm not sure if they did it for they used to do this type of stuff for, you know, fight night or whatever like that, fight night champion or whatever like that. But like that's what this. I'm a boxer, the one that you see right here. This guy right here, and like. Not sure if they did it for that stuff as well, but like basically what they do, they got their own little like miniature fight league thing that they got that goes on. Like these are the four that I like watching, doing commentary, and I subscribe to all four of their channels now. I've been subscribed to Marshall Mine, but Ricky J Sports, I'm subscribed to his stuff, and I'm a boxer, and Baylum, or how the hell you pronounce that? Yeah, subscribe to his stuff. There's a couple more of them on here, but like I like to subscribe to whoever I like commentary, you know. And like these two at the top right here in this corner right here, they're like the two best, like, you know, EA Sports, UFC gamers and stuff like that. And like this dude right here, he won this match. And like they got, I thought this first it was like gonna do like a little tournament thing with these characters and stuff like that. I mean, with these people who are playing, and like they don't use crafts at all. They use the characters that's on the game, and like I just like the fact that like I would say everybody who plays on this is a good gamer, or you know, exceptional gamer, or expert gamer, or pro gamer, or whatever like that. But the majority of them be that way, and like in particular. The two names that you see right here are the two main people I like to listen to do commentary, because they do it correctly, and he gives you insight on the picks for the characters. Like, you know, like, you know, if you're picking Khabib or something like that, you already know that, like, based off of watching him, if you ever watch UFC or MMA for that matter, you know that he's does grappling, he does it well, he has an amazing top game, and like this guy, the I'm a boxer. He would break down, like, you know, like the different like perks and stuff like that for the character with their, you know, with their ratings and stuff like that, with their charts and stuff like that. Like, 'cause there's level 2, this and that. I was like when he was explaining the stuff for the characters, because he does that before every fight. He'll explain like their, you know, like their attributes and their, you know, their ratings and like what the hell they got with this and that category. When he was explaining that shit, it sounded like he was talking about a MMO RPG game. I was like, what the fuck do you mean category 2 this and perk this and perk that and stuff? I was like, what the hell? Like, it sounded like he was talking about an MMO RPG, because I never played any of the EA Sports UFC. I played only once, and that was only for like a day or so, because somebody had the game. I played the what was it, the UFC Undisputed 3, and other than that, I had because I had the emulator. I used to have the emulator. I had the Dreamcast emulator, and I had it was either Dreamcast or I believe, yeah, it was Dreamcast, and I had the freaking the first UFC game. Yeah, that was on Dreamcast and PlayStation. I had the first UFC game. Like, it was a pretty decent game, and like they didn't really go for submissions, and like as far as like when you had somebody ground, you just went for ground and pound, stuff like that. I enjoyed the game somewhat. The UFC Undisputed 3, I didn't really get a chance to like learn the game, because I only probably played for that one day, and it was only probably for like an hour or so. You know, and it was just a group of us just playing it in the house. But that's supposed to be the best UFC game. People supposed to think that's supposed to be the best UFC game at the moment. But like, I ain't really think nothing of the EA Sports UFC games and stuff like that. But now that I know like a little bit more about it, because of this, the ESFL commentary on it and stuff like that, it seems like a pretty well, it's not probably balanced enough, but it's pretty decent balanced game and stuff like that. Because, you know, games that are based off of real life fighting or realistic fighting and stuff like that, you know, real combat fighting and stuff like that, you know, people's ratings will go up and down and shit like that, depending on their fight performances and against what caliber fighter they just fought and stuff like that. So somebody rating could be high as hell, you know, because they just won a difficult fight and they look impressive while doing it, and all of a sudden they shit low as hell. Like, I bet you Ronda Rousey shit was high as hell for her striking, and as soon as she lost to Holly Holm, her shit went low for her striking category, for that stuff, or like her striking and stuff like that. You know, her grappling shit stayed probably top tier and stuff like that, but her striking probably went down low as hell and stuff like that. Same thing with any other character. You know, depending on what you do in real life, it'll fluctuate with the game as well, with the updates and stuff like that. As well as, you know, because that's what they do with the football game and the basketball game, baseball game, you know, regular sports games. Because they got new game for those sports every freaking year. For MLB, the show, you know, Madden, which is for the NFL. You got NBA 2K, which is for basketball. Also, NBA Live is making somewhat of a comeback because they making their own games as well. You know, they had that and one street baller, what's his name? Well, two of them were on there that I know of. Bone Collector and Professor, you know, and they have some YouTube gamers on there as well for the NBA Live. And what was the other one? Oh yeah, hockey, you know, I guess it would be called Hockey 20, and then what's the other one? I said MLB. I said the main four ones. Oh, and FIFA. Yeah, I never played that. I already played any soccer game ever, or football the game, because you know NFL is American football and whatever like that. I don't care about all that. Like, it's called football or soccer. Who cares? If you're in America, you call it soccer because if you say football, people gonna think American football when you say that. You know, anywhere else, if you say football, they gonna assume you're talking about soccer because that's actually the bigger sport. Soccer or football with the FUTBOL or whatever, however the hell they spell it in Spanish or wherever the hell they supposed to have spell it, is a big thing. So yeah, it's a couple of different games and stuff like that. And oh yeah, these are the top 3 people for gaming, for, you know, for not for wrestling games per se. Flashbang, I used to watch this stuff. He used to do, I to show you with the ESFL or whatever like that. He used to do that for pro wrestling and stuff like that. I think it was either WWE 12 or 13. I don't think he was doing anything for 2K anything, because this is back also when he was playing the you know, that game The Last of Us. So, you know, this is back during the PS3 time. And this is the guy who actually reason that I started like doing my own. These two at the bottom are the reason I started doing my own simulations for virtual pro wrestling too. Saiyan Blade 84, he was the person that I was watching him do commentary and stuff like that. I was like, you know, I should probably do my own videos and try to do commentary and stuff like that for wrestling. But this guy right here, Reg Doggy VPWS SX1, he was somebody who he didn't do his own commentary, but he was doing simulations, and he had his own creator wrestlers for for virtual pro wrestling too, and he had a big ass roster and everything. And like, I was watching the shit out of his. I think I watched every single match that he ever put on his YouTube channel. That was like probably like not even 5 years ago. I watched all of those. Yeah, probably like 5 or 6 years ago. But like, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna start doing my own stuff with mine as well. And like, if I knew how to get in touch with him or whatever like that, I would want to know how to recreate his characters exactly and put them in, you know, AOS Virtual Pro Wrestling 2, because his characters are good as hell. I like watching his stuff. He had what's it was called, Taekwondo Bro, X Punk, which is the character kind of looks like CM Punk or whatever like that, but he has like, you know, obviously not the same exact moveset. And he have like one of the modded versions where it has all the newer wrestling moves on it. He had the, you know, the basic virtual person too, like I'm doing and stuff like that. Even though I don't mind the modded ones, they do seem like a little bit better and stuff like that. Along with all that other stuff, what was my favorite character he had on there? I think I can remember him. Oh yeah, I do have it on here on YouTube. So, damn, which one was you? Which one was you? I forget his name. I think that's how you spell it. I may be wrong on my pronunciation, or my spelling, I should say, of it. Sometimes the Wi-Fi slow as hell. God damn it! I think it. Oh, his name was Phoenix something. I forget what the. I forget. I think the character was just called Phoenix. I'm not sure if he had a first name. But yeah, that was my favorite character on there. That and the Lubo character, and he also had one called Minotaur and stuff like that. The M2 character was pretty decent as well. And there was another character that I liked a lot that he created. But yeah, because that's not working at the moment, as of course it wouldn't be working. Oh yeah, this is the guy who I got a video on here that I screen recorded for, you know, the apocalypse gun or whatever like that, for like not just for, you know, zombies or anything, like in case the grid falls or whatever like that, the gun you should want to carry, and it's called the Judge Magnum. And like you can find the video on YouTube. It's a cool ass video, man. Like he got the statistics of like what goes on. Like it's not the like the little what's name boring ass statistics that like you can find anywhere. It's the ones for, god damn it, where is that at? Where is that at? The ones for New York, done by the New York Police Department along with the FBI and stuff like that. Those statistics, and also what will actually happen when you shoot the guns and stuff like that. And like the raging Judge Magnum is the ultimate fucking gun. It can fire almost any caliber of bullet that's for a handgun or revolver. Almost any bullet it can fire out of the gun. Cause it got like little things that you can put inside your gun, little cylinders you can put inside the gun to fit smarter ammunition and stuff like that. As well as a little bit of the larger ammunition. And like, it's just the coolest fucking thing that you can carry, you know, like you even got I didn't even know you had that for revolvers and stuff like that. You got little you even got little things where you shoot like out like 10 small, like, you know, pellets, like little hard metal pellets, like a shotgun, you know, shotgun rounds for a fucking handgun. That's what it has, you know. I will show you some of the video, but like it'll take too long and stuff like that. Yeah, but a lot of this stuff is screen recorded stuff from off of YouTube. That's what almost all these videos are, if not all the videos. Yeah, this different stuff I screen record from off of YouTube. And if you never watched Ninja Action, just look that up, and it's an animation, and it's by, I believe their name is some Animation Dex, but it's spelled with like let's see, Oh wait, I got it on here. I got it on here. Should be at the bottom down here, right here. Yeah. These are cool, so that's how it's spelled. Action decks. Action decks. Like almost spelling animation, but instead it's spelled action at the end. Cause they got the C in there or wherever. Yeah. This is probably the coolest freaking, you know, little short films. And like the thing is, like, I will show you it, but all I'm gonna show you is the first minute of it that we can end this video, because we're at 45 minutes. So I'm just gonna show you the first minute of it, and you won't believe how action-packed or how many deaths you'll see in just a minute of this. Yeah, so this is just me just showing you a preview of it. So that's the first kill right there. He killed the sniper who was trying to shoot at him. Look how many deaths he's gonna do in less than 30 seconds. Do you not see that? Look at all the people that are dying right there. He either beat the shit out of them or he killed them already. We're not even a minute in and he's probably already killed 10 people already. Look at that. Do you see the destruction that's going on? And he gets done with all this killing before we get into a minute, you know? Alright, that's enough of that. Yeah, but look at all that. I think the people who made that, I believe they are Russian or whatever like that, but like, I don't know, they're supposed to be making like 7 or 8, and like, but they haven't made it yet, and like, I can't wait to watch that. But the thing is, I'm not sure if they already got the video uploaded somewhere else that's not on YouTube. They probably got somewhere where you have to pay for it, something like that. But that's something I would actually be willing to pay to watch. That shit is that good, you know. And their 10-minute videos, and their 6 and 10-minute videos, and that 14-minute. I think one of them is 14 minutes. One is like 6.5. Another one is a little bit over 10 minutes or whatever like that, like 11 or 12 minutes. There's almost 200 minutes, 200 deaths. And the thing is, you can watch every single one of them in all those videos. I think every video has at least 100 deaths for all 3 of those videos. And it's in under, and like the thing is, it's so much action going on, you wouldn't think it was that much action going on. And I was finna start up part 3, but I forgot we're supposed to be ending this video. So yeah, congrats again to DD4 Blaze. He was able to win the rematch, and now we're gonna have the 3rd fight. And again, congrats to Mark Kurt. So whoever wins this will be the absolute division champion, and whoever loses in part 3 will be going into the Fight for Gold championship match. They'll be the final participant in the Fight for Gold championship match, and I can show you that stuff right now. Oh yeah, I got to finish up yesterday's workout because I don't start up again to 12. And since I didn't get enough sleep, let me go ahead and do this again. What am I supposed to do? Oh yeah, I'm supposed to put 12. I'm supposed to put midnight on here, so 12 a.m. until wherever the hell it is. Yeah, because when I don't get enough sleep, I don't like to put what time I actually got back up, because I went to bed like 4, and I was back up at like damn, I think it was almost 8 o'clock. It was like 7:50 something when I woke up. So yeah, less than 4 hours. And depending on what time I went to bed at around 4, it was probably less than 3 hours. I know I got at least 2 hours of sleep. I know I got at least 3 though. But it was definitely probably 4 hours or less of sleep I got. Oh wait, we wasn't going on here to end on my freaking workout stuff. That's what we going on here. So basically, I'll tell you where everything is. 1 is a jab. 2 is a cross. 3 is a lead hook. 4 is a rear uppercut. 5 is a lead body shot. 6 is a rear uppercut. 7 is a lead uppercut, and 8 is a rear body shot, and the X stands for that strike you double. So where you see the 5X, that means 2 lead body shots. You know, that's what that means. And wherever I throw the cross, you supposed to like, when you throw the cross, you supposed to like slip and then you come back up after you throw the cross. You know, because you're throwing the cross across your body. Like the jab, you could just jab and go back to, you know, back into your guard or wherever like that. So that's what's going on with that stuff, with the striking. And the other stuff you see on here, that means jog forward and stuff like that. Also got where I jog backwards. That's footwork forward. That means your stance. So that's your stance when you move forward, backwards. And the reason that I got that on there with stances and stuff like that, like one is, and this W stuff, is W for facing the wall, and then what's the name for facing the outside. So that just helps me with like facing this way or facing that way while moving sideways and stuff like that, not moving forward and backwards and stuff like that. That helps with that stuff. And then the jog forward, just do 6 sets of that. You know, it's like miniature suicides is what I'm doing and stuff like that. Yeah, with the jog forward stuff. And then SP stands for southpaw, while UD stands for unorthodox. You know, that's what all that crap is. But anyway, let's show you this. So yeah, whoever loses this will be part of the Fight for Gold championship. And then I gotta figure out who's gonna take on this for my Faction 3 team qualifier, because we're only gonna have one each for the combatants and for, you know, the Faction of 3. So, and the 2 teams you already know that I already got scheduled or set up already to be a part of it are my 7 newest crafts. So 7 of them is already gonna be utilized, and if they all make it, then I'm only gonna have 19 more characters to be used for, you know, the Faction of 3. I mean, not the Faction of 3, but the 5th spot chance qualifiers. My bad. And then look, I already got this started. Why the hell is that a W? B. That's supposed to say 2. So who else should I put on here? You know, no, I'm gonna put Wizard down here. Yeah, Wizard's gonna be part of the 4th one, actually. And then I'm gonna put one of my characters on here each. So who would be right here? Who would be right here? You know what? I'm gonna put Damage right here. Damage did well when I did that what's nice stuff, and I guess I could put Punch Happy right here. I'll put Punch Happy right there. Who should be this 3rd one? Damn. I could put Watch My Feet here, so Kicker could go right here. Yeah. I still gotta figure everything out, so. I got 12 people, so I got, and there's 16 of this, because this is 4-man tournaments for the 5th spot chance for the KO division, so I gotta figure that shit out. I gotta figure that stuff out. So who should be, that's gonna be 4 people competing. I think another person who could go right here, because each of them gonna have probably 3 people, or 4, yeah, each of them gonna have 3 people, because there's 12 people, so there's probably gonna be one character that's not created by me that's gonna be going to each of these and stuff like that. You know, I'm actually gonna put Damage part of this one, but he's gonna be the. So let me put 2, 3, and then you got Damage can actually be part of the first one. Yeah, put Damage up there. Then down here, I want to put, yeah, Legway, or whatever like that. There you got the, yeah, this way I can put them in the slots that I want to put them in to freaking like make it better and stuff like that. Because the people for the combatants, they're gonna be part of my 4 creator characters for the combatants. They're gonna be part of show 8B because they're former champs, so they ain't gonna be a part of this. So I don't gotta worry about them being a part of this. I'll put Rex right here. Who should I put right here? Who should I put right here? You know what? I'm gonna put Myth right here, the newest one that I made. And then damn, I gotta think of who the hell I actually want to put a part of all that. That's tough to decide because only 4 of these motherfuckers are moving on, and like I want to put people that I want to actually see in the next thing going up against each other. But it is what it is with all that. There should be another one. Fuck it. Kicker, guess what? You're number 2. You're number 3. I'm gonna have Kicker. You know, it turns out we're gonna have Kicker versus, you know, damage. And right here instead, what I'm gonna put on here is gonna be Solus. Yeah, Solus, we're gonna see him in action right away. You know, he can't wait to get in there, so we're gonna have him right there as number 2. And then yeah, I can figure out the rest of this. Yeah, because I gotta figure out all of these motherfucking things. Oh, wait. You know, I'm gonna put him right here. Perfect golden child. Put him right here. Damn, we're coming up on what? An hour? Alright, yeah, I gotta definitely get off of here soon. And there's one more. I think I'm forgetting one more. We got those guys. So let me see. You got Solus, Myth on here. The 3. Let me go based off of the what's name. So you got Kicker, who was the only one from slot 1 on here. That's correct. Then you got the 3 boxers who are from slot 2. Are all 3 of them on here? Yeah. And then slot 2 had what? Slot 2 had the 3 boxers, yeah. Slot 1 just had Victor on there. Then slot 3 had the 3 boxers on there. Slot 3 had what? Legway guy and Victor and what's the name? That's that. And then we made the final 2 characters. So there's 3 characters from. No, that was 4 characters from part 4 from slot 3. I mean, yeah, from slot 3. Slot 2 had 3 characters. That makes 7. And then, oh yeah, 2 characters from what's that? We only had 11, so I should have 11 characters on here We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, so we got the 11. Because if there's 2 for the first slot, then 3 from the second slot, and 3 from the third slot. I mean 4 from the third slot. Altogether, 2, 3, and 4. That makes 9, and then the last slot, which slot 4 has 2, that makes 11. So we gotta figure out the rest of this. Yeah, I gotta figure out the rest of this. Because none of them are filled up, and the first 3 have 2 of them, and so forth and so on and stuff like that. Yeah. So I ain't gonna be able to put 3 more characters on here. And after we get done with, you know, the qualified, well, after we get done with the Fight for Gold Championship, and the 10 qualifiers for the combatants and for the faction 3, then we can see who'll be number 2. Then we can see who's gonna be part of the first qualifier, the second one, third, and the fourth one. But right now, that's what I'm going with at the moment. But we still gotta figure out this stuff, because I gotta screenshot this right here. Then, you know, we gotta screenshot this right here. After I figure out who else is gonna be a part of those. So yeah, that's what's coming up soon. And hopefully this video sticks, because this is over an hour now. Yeah, this has some stuff I wanted to talk about, and the fucking thing won't let me go on there. You know what? We don't have to go back on there. So coming up next in the next video, we will have part 3 of the Absolute Divisions title match, which will be, well, we will have title match number 11 for the Absolute Divisions Championship, and then that will be also part 3 of the Fight for Gold challenge. You know, Fight for Gold challenge. All right, so to the next one later. Sorry it took so